I've always loved the ocean. She came to visit me sometimes. Her seemingly pitch-black eyes and sharp teeth were a little unnerving at first, but I got used to it over the years. They made fun of me at school. My clothes were ragged and smelled like cigarettes, so I guess it was to be expected. It still hurt, though, but she was there to comfort me, so it was okay. She asked me for the first favor in my early years of school. It was easy. I just waited by the rocks, a little away from the popular part of the beach, until someone came over to me. It ended up being Destiny, a girl from my class who called me names and hit me sometimes. She snuck away from her parents and siblings who were at the crowded part of the beach. I ran behind one of the big rocks. She followed. I started going into the water. She followed. I stood. The waves pushed my body around as the water turned red around me. Destiny didn't surface. From my room, I heard my dad yell from the living room. An Amber Alert had woken him up. I pretended to be asleep. There was a new boy at school. He was cute. I said yes when he asked me out on his third day at the school. A group of kids laughed loudly at the other side of the classroom. He laughed with them. She asked for the second favor when I was 16. I already knew what to do. I left the note in his locker. I even copied the pretty, shy girl's handwriting the best I could. It was night when he arrived on the cliff overlooking the ocean. I stepped out from behind a large tree when he had his back to me. I ran at him, and I pushed. I couldn't see the red in the water, but I knew it was there. His new friends were suspicious. He had asked me out on a dare soon before he disappeared. I noticed their stares. The note was in police possession when I came to her. The police had cleared the pretty, shy girl. They knew it wasn't her. It was only a matter of time. I was in tears. She opened her arms and promised to make it better, to keep me safe. Her voice lulled me with a feeling of comfort I had never felt before. I stepped into the water without hesitation. She dragged me under the water, and I let her. I've always loved the ocean. What hides in the dark might scare you, if only you knew what you couldn't see. The subtle creaks you convince yourself is the building settling. A small clanking you say is pots settling in the sink that you'll wash tomorrow. A shuffling noise that's simply the trees rustling in the nighttime breeze. You don't turn on the lights when you sleepily stumble into the kitchen for a midnight drink. If you did, perhaps you might see what hides in the dark. For a second you hesitate, turn and look over your shoulder mid-gulp of lukewarm water. But you don't see me. You can't, because I am what hides in the dark. I follow you, quietly, slowly. I wait until I know you're asleep. It takes some time because you sit there frozen and afraid. You stare at the door, hoping it doesn't move, wondering if you hear breathing and the shuffling of feet. Eventually you calm yourself because it's just the sounds of the building and nighttime. You're paranoid, you say. Nothing can get in. You lock the doors, and you would have heard them open, or a window get broken for an intruder. You know there's nothing hiding in the dark. Ghosts and specters aren't real. There is nothing in the shadows but your imagination. Once I'm sure you're asleep, I carefully slip in. I see you splayed about, half turned onto your stomach, one leg under the blanket and another jutting out. Carefully, slowly, my hand caresses the exposed skin of your calf. Don't you know you should have hidden it under the blanket? Blankets keep you safe from what hides in the dark. I slither up, watching the subtle rise and fall of your chest. Do you know what sleeps next to you, safe in the dark? Eventually day comes. A hint of dawn slides through the window, and it's my cue to disappear. After all, I only hide in the dark. During the day, you see me normally. We make small talk at work. I make a joke about the heat, you respond in kind. I love the way your lip turns when you're frustrated. I suggest something stronger than coffee to keep you up during the long day. After all, you keep complaining of being tired and not sleeping well. I'll have to be more quiet next time. It's inconsiderate of me to keep you up so, but someone has to watch you and keep you safe. So until the day I make you mine, would you please turn off the lights?